1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, hello, internet world. This is Norma Joe in the car. Okay, so guess what? Okay, first of all, my computer got fucked up, and it's basically broken, so I only have my phone left. So, as we creep closer and closer to apocalypse and lose our tech or our resources, we have to make do with what we have. So, yes, I'm making do with my phone. The show must go on. And all that shit. So anyways, I'm gonna try this. I'm only gonna do 10 minutes this time. So see if it works, and my video on my phone, takes up so much more space and everything. So we'll see. Anyways, whatever. I didn't put on lipstick this time because look at all my fucking cold sores and shit. Blech. Isn't that nasty? I have a zombie outbreak, and look at the corner of my mouth. I'm like the fucking Joker with the slit back to here. I have a theory about the Joker in The Dark Knight, which is ridiculous that I'm still talking about him because it's literally been like 17 years since that movie came out or something, or 15 or 17 years, which is fucked up. Time should not be allowed to move like that. But, oh my god, you can see how fucked up my makeup is. Speaking of the Joker. Anyway, but who cares? So, you know how he always does, like, all that little shit? I think it's because when his mouth was healing, that, like, he had to be careful to not open his mouth, like, very much, like that. Like, you can't really go past, like, a certain point because it's going to rip back open, like, your cuts right here and everything. So I think after so much time had gone by, he kind of just got used to talking, like, with a small mouth. But when he laughs, his mouth gets real open wide, so it's not entirely, like, legit of a theory, but, I just remember thinking of that like a couple of years ago or something when I was watching that. That was the first time I rewatched that movie since it came out. I hadn't seen that movie since the year it came out, and then I went to a blowout sale of like a video store, and I bought it and I watched it again. So anyway, there's this song also called "Whore" by In This Moment or whatever, that lady. And the video to the song I don't think is that great. It's like it has interesting parts where she's like sitting in the corner with a dunce cap on with like her little hooker outfit, but the video overall isn't that interesting. I think it should be a Joker video. I want to do like a fan video because there's this one lyric in the chorus that's like, "You love me for everything you hate me for." I'm like, is that not, like, pretty much what it's all about? The fandom and all that. Anyways, whatever. So, let me move away from this and go on to zombies. I don't even know where I can put my phone. Where can I put it? I can't put it right here on the headrest. Can I, like, squeeze? Oh, look, I can kind of, it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall on the floor. Can I put it, like, right here? Oh, my God, that's such a horrible angle. Hi. This is like I'm gonna, like, shit on somebody's face, like, camera angle. But whatever. Or this is, like, a foot fetish, like, angle where you just take your foot and you go, like right in the camera, Like, anyway. Okay. The next episode 8, is called Bounties and Bribery. This story is, like, moving right along, man. Like, I really, it took me so long to write, but now that I realize there's 3 copies of every chapter, it's not as thick as I thought it was, I'm gonna get to that vampire part in no time. Okay, so, let's read. Episode 8, Bounties and Bribery. Open on the next morning. The stormy weather is now gone. We find ourselves back with Luke's crew. It's early, not much after sunrise. Tyree goes wandering out of the encampment, while everyone else sleeps, unable to bear the tension and guilt of what happened to Rusty. Tyree sighs, talking to himself quietly. Why do bad things happen to good people? All of a sudden, two little birds come flying around in circles, chasing each other around Tyree's head. Tyree, whoa! Or, whoa. The little birds go away, but only for a second. Then they come back, tugging on his shirt with their little beaks. Oh my god, this is like Disney. Tyree laughs like a friendly uncle. What are you little things doing? I can do Tyree's voice better with my, like, sick voice. The little birds fly around chirping and then fly off into the trees. Tyree follows them like it's a Disney cartoon, yeah. Wandering into the trees, he moves aside twigs and branches until finally the little birds lead him to a clearing in the woods. There he finds Judd, sitting on a tree stump, surrounded by furry forest creatures. Oh my god, are these the furry forest friends from South Park? He has a fox laid across his lap. Oh my god. Raccoons and skunks by his sides. Mice, rats, and squirrels are around the tree stump, and chipmunks are on his shoulders. Judd has his face in his hands, crying, despite the comforts of all the adorable creatures. Aww. Tyree steps out into the clearing. Aw, don't cry. Judd jumps and looks up. All the animals instantly go scattering back into the woods in fright. He only had mammals around him, though. He didn't have any frogs or... there was those two little birds, but... like, every other animal was a mammal. Am I a mammalist? Or whatever? Judd. Oh. I think it's supposed to be more like that. Tyree. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you, little friends. Judd, wiping off his face. It's fine. I was meaning to find you anyway. Tyree, me? Judd, yeah. I don't care what my daddy says no more. My brother loves you. That makes you family by relation in my eyes. Aw. Tyree, taken back. Really? Judd nods. I want to be your friend, your brother. I know you love Rusty too. That's why you gotta help me save him. Tyree, urgently. You know how to save him? Judd looks down. No, but I've been trying to learn from the animals and the forest spirit. He looks up. We gotta get Rusty away from them. He ain't gonna get no better under Luke. I know that. Tyree. Yeah, that crazy-ass G.I. Joe ain't good for nobody. What's the plan? Judd, we'll take him away into the forest. I'll take care of him. If I can't cure him, I can at least help him not to suffer so much. Oh. Judd's voice starts cracking and his eyes get all watery. Oh, this is so sad. Tyree just stands there awkwardly. See, this is what I mean. I was trying to be a little bit more deep with it. All of a sudden, Judd jumps up off the tree stump and starts hugging and clinging to Tyree. Tyree sighs to himself. Let me guess. This is gonna get complicated, huh? A couple hours later, or some shit like that, Barbara and Michonne are setting up some kind of weird booby trap in between two trees. Barbara, to be perfectly honest, this is Barbara talking. To be perfectly honest, I don't even know how this is supposed to work. Michonne, does Michonne have a southern accent or not? I've literally never heard Michonne talk, ever. Michonne, it's very simple. I'll explain it for you and the audience. When he comes this way, he'll pull this string, which suddenly they hear Luke's voice barking. Luke, roll call! Michonne, I should make that more like a husky-like voice, but whatever. Michonne rolls eyes. I'll explain later. Barbara, I was supposed to be taking care of the farmer's son. Oh no, I'm gonna be in trouble. She gets up quickly and starts hurrying back towards the camp, with Michonne following behind her at a non-urgent pace. Meanwhile, we see Tyree and Judd stealing the passed-out Rusty from the back of the van. They carry him off into the woods and run into Barbara and Michonne coming from the other direction. Michonne, hey, what are you guys doing out here? Judd, we're taking Rusty to the river to heal him. Michonne just looks at him and then shakes her head to herself like, I'm not even gonna ask. Michonne, Sergeant Luke is gonna flip a bitch when you don't show up for roll call. Tyree, oh, don't worry, we got that covered. Tyree and Judd continue on without another word. The two women just look at each other and shrug. Cut to camp. Everyone is lined up for roll call. Luke is pacing back and forth with his hands clasped behind his back like a fucking asshole. Peter stands behind him unhappily. Luke, Rick. I can't do Luke's voice. I need, like, a Barker voice to do Luke's voice, but I can't. Rick, miserably, here. Luke, Barbara. Barbara, here. Luke, Michonne. Michonne, here. Luke, Tyree. Tyree's voice, here. Michonne looks all around but can't see Tyree or Rusty. It's funny because there's only, like, 6 of them. I think he would... It's not like there's a big crowd where you can kind of hide in. I think he would notice if 2 people are missing, but that's part of, like, the magic or whatever. Michonne, the hell? Luke, not even noticing anything's off. Hershey's. Hershey's here. Luke, Judd's voice. Here. Michonne looks around again and still can't find them. Luke, oblivious. Alright, squad, listen up. We're going hunting today. Except you, woman. He looks at Barbara. You stay with the sick. The rest of us go find some food. As Luke goes on talking, Michonne sees 2 mockingbirds fly up into the trees. Oh my god, really? Michonne, to herself, something seriously weird is going on here. Cut back to the middle of the woods. It's so funny because these little, like, stingers are, like, so quick and short. Like, because when you're writing, you know, everything takes so long, you know. It's like, in my mind, I probably spent, like, an hour on that little section or whatever. And I'm like, oh, yeah, like, this hits so hard. Then when I'm reading it back, it's just like, okay, here's a thing here, here's a thing here, here's a thing, there's a thing, everywhere's a thing, you know? It's like, everything's like little quick, like fun-sized chocolate bars or whatever. Okay, cut back to the middle of the woods. Tyree and Judd have reached the little river stream, whatever you want to call it, body of moving water. They have Rusty in the water. Is this like a baptism? Resting on the edge of the bank while the water rinses him off. He's basically nude, but is wearing a white sheet, like the beginning of a religious movie, porno, or horror movie. Actually, I was thinking, like, Renaissance art, like, you know, where they have, like, everyone's naked, but then they'll have, like, they're, like, carrying, like, a sheet, basically. They're not even wearing it. They're just, like, holding it in one arm. It's, like, draped over one arm, and then it's, like, you know, conveniently, right, going over their, like, crotch, you know? Okay, Judd, gently petting Rusty's hair. Why, Rusty? Why you gotta do these things? Tyree, what if the sergeant notices we ain't there? Judd, he ain't gonna notice. I've been practicing that bird charm since I was 17. Fucking handy when you got a dad like mine, that's for sure. Tyree, your old man's pretty tough, huh? Judd, yeah, but I guess you can't blame him. He just don't want me and Rusty to make the same mistakes as him and our moms did. He was fucking crazy back in the day, man. Like, seriously. He had one kid by a wood sprite and one by a satanic jackal. So that's gotta tell you something right there. Oh, wait, they're half-brothers. Interesting. Oh, yeah, they are. But he raised us anyway, all by himself, and he's a good dad. Judd starts picking some plant that grows along the side of the water. Oh, is that fucking kingsweed or whatever Aragorn had? He mushes it into paste between his hands and starts massaging it onto Rusty like some kind of herbal remedy. Not like some kind of herbal remedy, it is an herbal remedy, like, okay. Or something. Judd looks expectantly at Tyree. Tyree, what? Judd, ain't it your turn now to tell a touching story about your dad? Tyree, taken off guard. My daddy worked in the steel mill. Yep, good man, my daddy. Good man. Both of them were quiet for a while. Tyree, what you got there? Judd. Oh, wait, that was Tyree talking. I kind of did Judd's voice. Whatever. Tyree, what you got there? Judd. Oh, I don't know. Kind of like an herb oil, I guess, from these different plants here. It don't do much, but it can make a person feel warm and comforted. He looks at Tyree. Judd. You want to try some? Tyree shrugs. Sure, why not? Cut abruptly to Judd and Tyree full on making out, shirtless, like a couple total sluts. I forgot about this part. They're massaging each other with the herb oil while a random squirrel watches. Cut back to Luke and the rest of the squad. Luke is keeping his eyes on everyone else while he hunts alone. He creeps low through the trees. When he stands up again, he nudges a hidden string and a booby trap knife suddenly comes flying at his head, but he just reaches up and catches it in one hand like he didn't even need to try. Luke growls under his breath. I can't do it. Whatever. I tried. I gave a valiant effort. He glances around quickly at everyone else, as if trying to figure out who was responsible. He looks at Michonne and he narrows his eyes. Luke creeps up behind Michonne and she aims at a bird in a tree. Luke, miss this. He stabs a knife into the tree trunk right beside her face. She jumps and pulls the trigger accidentally and turns around. Michonne, who the fuck is that? You gotta be crazy. She sees that it's Luke. Michonne, oh hey. Luke mutters at her. Don't be coy with me. I know it was you who set those traps out there. You must have some pretty brassy balls to try and get away with something like that. Michonne, I do. They're called my ovaries. Now go ahead and kill me, I don't care. Both my sisters are dead, so I don't got nothing left to live for anyway. Luke, oh, you're wrong. See, I need people like you to catch my man. People who know the cold, hard truth and aren't afraid to lose it all. Michonne raises an eyebrow. Oh, you need me, huh? What's in it for me? Luke, your freedom. Michonne pauses, thinking about it. Then she nods. Michonne, completely free, no questions asked, guaranteed? Luke nods. Guaranteed. Michonne, I want a gun when I leave, and ammo, and some water. Man, she knows how to negotiate. Luke, sure, just bring that Nazi to my feet before anyone else does, and you can take the credit for bringing him down. I'll give you first pick when you leave. Michonne, ... The Nazi's good as dead. They shake on it. Cut to Peter, also hunting in the woods. He glances around to make sure he's alone, then puts down his gun and lights a cigarette. It's funny how he's just like, okay, nobody's watching, let me smoke. Suddenly he hears Luke's low voice from behind him. See, I remember this specifically, that, like, this is, like, these parts where he's, like, where Luke is, like, manipulating everybody separately, like, that was, like, spread out, like, because I told you, like, the different stories, it used to be more intermingled. Like, the governor was doing shit in here, and, like, everything was kind of, like, mixed, you know? Like, every other page was, like, a different, like, group, you know? But then I thought, you know, oh, my parents wouldn't like that or something. So, even though I never showed this to them because they didn't like the first one, so, you know, whatever. But I still had them in mind. And, anyways, whatever. So it wound up consolidating, like, all these things. But they are supposed to happen back to back like this, but in my original, like, notebooks, they were, like, spread out between, like, intermingled with what was going on with the other stories. Anyway, Luke, Peter turns around quickly and stomps out his cigarette on the ground. Peter, Jesus, man, you scared the hell out of me. Luke, I didn't aim to scare you. I have a proposition. Peter gives a DL suspicious look. Do I have a choice about it? Luke, you do, but I don't think you're likely to turn this one down. Peter, what makes you say that? Luke, you're a good man, Peter. The time you served under me, I see a leader in you. As soon as I get my man, I'm going back to lead the rest of the camp on. You'll be in charge of this crew. I turn them over to you, and you're free then, to go your own way. Peter, taken back. Free? He thinks about it. Me? In charge of this motley crew? What if they won't follow me? Luke, if they won't follow you, you do as you see fit. This is your squad now, to command or to turn loose. At least it will be yours, soon as I catch my man. Peter nods, on board with him. He straightens his back and does a little salute to Luke. Peter, yes, sir. Luke's next victim is Hershey's. He creeps up behind him. Hershey's is standing in the creek watching fish. Oh, he's trying to, like, barehand fish. That's cool. Hershey's, without even twitching. Hello, Sergeant. Man, Hershey's a badass. I guess he is a vet, huh? Luke stops and stands up out of the grass. Wait, what? Was he, like, when he said creeps up behind him, I thought he was just walking up behind him, like, quietly. I didn't think he was, like, actually, like, doing a military crawl, like, through the grass. Okay, he looks slightly impressed. Hershey's, any word about my boy? Luke comes and stands at the end of the at the edge of the creek. Luke, none yet, good or bad. You're an honorable man, Herschel. He actually called him Herschel. Not many men in the modern age put their children first anymore. Hershey's, my boys are everything to me. Luke nods. It's sad to see young people in the prime of their lives, living in such desolate times, but I believe your family will get a second chance. Hershey's, and what chance is that? Joining your army? What is that? Okay. Man, this is a long chapter. Oh, it's almost about to end. Okay, this is the last page. Luke, the opposite. I'm offering you and your boys a chance at freedom. See, he knows what everybody wants. Hershey's is clearly interested by that, but he just tries to suppress it and pretend like he doesn't care. Hershey's, I don't believe you. At what cost? Why don't I do a southern accent for Hershey's? I don't believe... whatever, fuck it. Luke, a hard one, but a simple one. You get me my Nazi in Atlanta, and you and your boys are free. Hershey's, that's all. It's still suspicious. It can't be that simple. Luke, it is that simple. Capturing this man means more to me than you know. Think about it. You can find a nice little farm somewhere and get the hell away from all this hell. Oh, get away from all this hell. Hershey's thinks about it as he watches the water intensely. He nods. Hershey's, I killed a lot of Viet Cong when I was a young man, and I never saw a shred of reward for it. If you mean what you say, I'll scalp that little Nazi and use his blonde hair as collar line in it on his own black jacket. Ooh. They stand there in silence for a moment. Then Hershey snatches into the water and catches a fish. Nice. Now it's Rick's turn. He looks like he killed a rabbit and is holding it by the ears with a knife in his other hand, ready to skin it. But, see, he actually got... Well, Hershey's just caught something, too. But, okay, what were all of them doing? Okay, Michonne had the birds, so that's, like, air. Hershey's had the fish, so that's water. And Rick has the rabbit, so that's earth. And then, I guess, Peter had the cigarette, which is fire. I wonder if I probably did have that in mind, because that wouldn't be random. I would have planned that. But that's kind of cool. That's like a subtle thing. Now it's Rick's turn. He looks like he killed a rabbit, blah, 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 about to skin it. But he's hesitating like he can't bring himself to do it. He hears someone he already killed it, but he can't skin it. Okay, whatever. He hears someone approaching through the tall grass and looks up to see Luke coming over. His grip tightens on the knife. Luke, at ease, officer. Rick, I'd kill you for what you did to my son. Luke, I wouldn't try it if I were you. And besides, your boy's alive. Rick, not believing him. How would you know that? Luke, I know. He steps closer, unafraid. You two can still have a good life together. That Nazi is the only thing that stands between you and your son's freedom. Rick, I don't know anything about this guy. What does he have to do with anything? Luke, everything. Isn't that the way it always is? Every war, every battle, every police call. Oh, see, he's manipulating him. You don't know what the hell's going on. You never do. You just show up and fight and pray you're on the right side and you're going to come out alive. Now say I tell you that once my Nazi's been caught, I'll help you find your son and you're free to go your own way. What would you say? Would you say no? Would you turn down your best chance? Rick is quiet for a few moments. Rick backs away slowly. Stay away from me. He turns to go. Luke takes his gun out from his holster and puts it to the back of Rick's head. Oh my god, didn't he do this earlier? Needless to say, Rick stops walking. Luke, sure would be sad for your kid to come back and find his father dead, wouldn't it be? What? Okay. Rick stops. Oh, I thought he already stopped. You can tell he wants to attack Luke, but he can't. Rick, coldly. I'll help you get your man, and God help him. The end. See, I kind of like that. Even though it's kind of, I'm kind of taking it too seriously or whatever, but it's kind of fun, I guess, to take things seriously sometimes, But it's like, yeah, I like the idea that he offered freedom to, like, everybody, and they all took it. They all got on board, but except for Rick, because Rick's, like, I guess hatred of Luke, like, goes so deep, which is ironic because Luke had a hatred of Rick that went deep, because of their past together. But Rick is just, like, because he sent Carl away, like, he just can't forgive Luke for that shit, And, like, it took, like, a threat on his life, to make him, like, obey, as opposed to him, like, being like, okay, yeah, I'll make a deal with you, So, I think that's kind of cool, actually. Not to toot my own horn. But, this is me from, like, 5 or 6 years ago, so it's not even me anymore, So, it's cool. But, yeah, okay. Let's see if I can upload this now.